working hard, helping everyone. Thomas, he has lots of friends, and you can be one too. Just clap, clap, clap and sing along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. There's Gordon and Henry, Edward, James and Toby, Annie and Hannah, and don't forget Percy, Terence and Bertie, Hazelnut and Daisy. Lots more friends for you. He's always up to mischief, the cheeky little train. He chuffs everywhere, he's always playing games. The Fat Controller scored him, but he loves him just the same. Our favorite little angel, Thomas is his name. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas, we love you. Thomas, we Thrills and spills on the railway, it's a life of happiness. But sometimes impatience can lead to carelessness. Some think they are smartcuts, and some just know it all. But sooner or later, we all find out that accidents happen now and again. Just when you least expect, just when you think that life is okay, fate comes to collect. Accidents happen now and again. When people or trains get smart, you don't concentrate on the thing that you're doing. Accidents will happen just like that. Wrestling has been turned upside down, and if you get too confident, sometimes you will slip and slide. That's Lady Luck's intent. One minute you're riding high, the next you're on the ground. But please remember, whatever the weather, you must take care, 'cause accidents happen now and again. Sometimes just by chance, you gotta pick yourself up and dust yourself down, put it down to experience. Accidents happen now and again. Just don't take it all too hard. If you don't concentrate on the thing that you're doing, accidents will happen just like that. Warning signs are there for us to see most of the time, but sometimes we take chances, ignore the danger signs. Fate can surprise you with no reason or rhyme. Make sure you learn your lesson, you know better this time. Accidents happen now and again. Just when you least expect, just when you think that life is okay, fate comes to collect. Accidents happen now and again. When people or trains get useful engine, you know. All the other engines they'll tell you so. He huffs and puffs and whistles, rushing to and fro. He's the really useful engine we adore. He's the one, he's the one. He's the really useful engine that we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. He's a really useful engine, you know. There's a fat controller, he told me so. Now he's got a branch line to call his very own. He's a really useful engine we adore. He's the one, he's the one. He's a really useful engine that we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. Little blue train, he's always there whenever you need a hand. If you need help with the situation, blue comes into mind. He's the one, he's the one. He's the really useful engine that we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. He's a really useful engine, you know. Maybe little, but he's never slow. Stand back in amazement, just you watch him go. He's the really useful engine we adore. He's the one, he's the one. He's the really useful engine that we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. He's the really useful engine we adore.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'll tell you that I'm not ashamed to say. I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be for me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. 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 If it's a car you lack, I'll gently buy you a Cadillac. Whatever you need, any time of the day or night. Well, not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And when we both get older, with walking keys and hair as gray for being a friend. Thank you 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 for being a friend. And when it's time for you to go into the